Hey everybody, meteorologist Liz McGiffn here. And in order to keep everyone safe during the coronavirus outbreak, I know a lot of you are either working from home. I've been working from home myself today. And the kids, they're also home from school. So before you hit that point of just trying to figure out what to do, I thought I'd give you a few experiment ideas. So I'm hoping that we can keep these experiments to something that you already have at your house and give you something that's fun, but a little bit educational as well. We'll go over a few things that I have on the table. Hopefully you can see them as well. It's pretty easy. This one involves an empty bottle. For me, I think I literally drank this water bottle right before I came on. So a little bit of water still in there. That's okay. It can be water, tea, pop, whatever it is. Make sure it's a plastic bottle though, maybe with a little bit of give. Take the lid off of it. Another important factor, these are just balloons that I had sitting around after, I think, a birthday party from earlier this year. So just maybe stretch out the balloon. Make sure it's good to go like normal. There's no holes. Okay, this guy's good to go. And then one thing that we'll come back to a little later, you're just gonna need one little pin or a tack. So have a little of those on hand. And if you're doing this maybe with the younger kids, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, this is gonna be the part where we need your supervision. So the big thing that we're talking about today is air pressure. So step one of this experiment, or almost like a magic trick if you wanna look at it like that, is our objective is to blow up this balloon inside the water bottle. Obviously, if the balloon was blown up, there's no way that it's fitting on the inside of that hole. So I'm gonna start by, while the balloon is not inflated, just make sure that it's inside of the water bottle. Then take the part that you blow into, cover up the mouth of the water bottle completely. So there you go. You can see it stretches pretty easily. And so first thought, oh, you need to blow up the balloon? Let's just do what we just did. So let's try that. One more time. Oops, it even kind of backfired a little. Okay, try blowing up the balloon one more time. Whew. And if you're doing this at home side by side, you're gonna notice that I'm not just pretending. It is impossible, and the water bottle almost wants to fly out of your hand as you're blowing on it. The reason for that is even though we can't see it, the water bottle's full of air. And right now, it is at a very equal air pressure. So while it's at that equal air pressure, it wants to stay there. But one thing that you can do to change that is take that little push pin that we were talking about and either poke a few holes in the side of it or on the bottom. Honestly, for this experiment, it's not gonna make too much of a difference. We'll go ahead though. I cheated, grabbed another bottle and did that same thing. Let me get a little closer. It's a really tiny hole right there. I should have outlined it or something. Just literally poked maybe 10 different holes to create a little circle in there. The big thing is that maybe it's about the size of your finger when it goes in. The big thing is now that you have your water bottle with the balloon in it and a little hole for the air to escape out of, you should be able to blow up the balloon just fine. The reason for that is we have to keep the air pressure about the same. So as you blow up the balloon, the pressure can escape from the bottom. So put this into motion. Let me show you. See? And you will notice as soon as I stop blowing up the balloon, air went right back out of the top and right back in the bottom. Now this also works the opposite way of if the goal is to keep the amount of air inside this, to keep it pressurized, you can actually pretty much drink the air out of this bottle to do the same thing. So you can blow up the balloon by sucking out the air. So let me demonstrate this for you. So again, probably should have outlined this or something so you can see it. The hole that we just cut out so that we could blow on the top of the balloon to get the air out, that's going to be where we pretty much just drink the air right back out. And what happens with this is the air from the outside blows up the balloon for us. So let's demonstrate this. Ready? And just like we experienced before by blowing air into the balloon and the air from the water bottle pushing out, well, we were able to, as soon as I stopped drinking the air out, air shot out the top, filled right back in the bottom. This time though, we're gonna try and cap it off. So we're gonna try again, drinking the air out of the bottle so that the air from the inside of the room can go inside and just fill it up. Okay. There we go. Okay, and now it's capped off. Hopefully well enough that it stays up there. But isn't that kind of cool? Another thing that you can do is if you can keep it pressurized long enough, maybe you tape off this hole, you should be able to actually fill this up with water, and then suddenly you have a water balloon inside of a bottle. So this is also an experiment that you can repeat a couple times. So while that was a fun experiment, you might be wondering, okay, this is something that's cool to repeat with the kids, but where am I going to see this in my everyday life? Well, believe it or not, it's something that you might notice more often than you think. Say maybe when you go out to get a cup of coffee. When you get that cup of coffee to go, we all know you've got the hole in front where you're going to be drinking out of. But just like what we were doing with the experiment, as you drink out of the coffee, you're changing the pressure within the cup. So in order to equalize that pressure, you'll notice that not only do you have the spout for you to drink out of, but there's a little hole punched right on top. Actually, it's about the same size of that push pin that we were using. The reason that that's there is just like with the balloon where we were drinking the air out of it, air was coming in out of the top of the water bottle so that we could equalize the pressure. So not only is this something fun that you can practice day to day, and especially while you're inside, but it's something you're probably going to even experience next time you get your hot drink to go. Local for you, I'm meteorologist Liz McGiffn, NBC4.